My name is Carolina Lee. I am 15 years old. I go to Edison High School and I made a documentary about cyberbullying. I was inspired to make this documentary about cyberbullying because I realized the amount of impact social media has nowadays and how I could make an impact by making a documentary about cyberbullying to give just kind of intel and let people feel less alone. I hope the audience learns that they're not alone. That was my main goal with the documentary because I know in this current day, social media can be a lot, and I think it's important we take a break and we think about what we're doing on social media.
We are constantly online. Our current reality is digital, and it's not going to change anytime soon. We now have access to so much information and so many different people that we can connect to using technology. However, with an entire world at our fingertips, it's hard to imagine that there can't be a downside to it all. Today, we will talk about one of the downsides: cyberbullying. Bullying isn't what it used to be. It's not a 6-foot-tall, hefty guy asking you for your lunch money. It can be so much simpler. It can be as easy as leaving a comment, sending a text, or posting a picture. In today's society, it's so important that cyber safety is a common practice, that we're reminded that everything on the internet will last forever, and to have conversations on what's appropriate to do on social media. With cyberbullying being targeted at minority groups at significantly higher rates, such as the LGBTQ+ community, a community with an already higher suicide rate among youth, it's important we begin to open up the conversation on cyberbullying. Today, we will talk to somebody who had formerly been cyberbullied and get his take on the matter.
Currently, I go to UC Davis in Davis, California. I've grown up in Fresno, California my whole life. I went to McLean High School. I didn't have many friends, and I have 2 sisters and a pretty stable home. My experience being cyberbullied was not a pleasant one, as most would expect. I was in a dark place when I was being cyberbullied. A lot of people tried to personally attack me and my friends, verbally on social media. They'd call us out and call me very, very verbal names. And it wasn't fun. It was pretty terrible. It destroyed my self-esteem, and my friends, they had my back, but you can tell that it was wearing away at them for just being associated with me. It does affect the youth, especially. I know a lot of people were cyberbullied, and I didn't think it would ever happen to me. And then came senior year of high school, and I had one homecoming king, claiming that a nerd should win homecoming king because I was a bit of a nerd. And then it drew a target on my back. Everyone wanted to pick on me for it. It affects the youth, everybody in high school, everybody in middle school, anybody with a phone. I think it's very important we talk about cyberbullying. Without talking about the problem, you can't hope for a solution. We need to focus on the victims, though. We focus too much on solving the problem. The problem can't go away. Teenagers are just ruthless at heart. We've seen bullying take many forms throughout the years, and the only way to fix it is to help the victims instead of punishing. My mom was sick, and people were using that against me on social media, which is horrible. They were going after personal traits of me, my family, things that they could really use to besmirch my name. And then they went after my friends' families and how they acted. Usually Instagram and Snapchat, people would post on their stories. They were commenting on my weight was a big one, which they know didn't bug me. So they got deeper, they got more personal. They went after my sick mom. They were like, "Oh, your mom's sick, ha ha ha." But people thought it was funny, I guess, so it got the likes. That's not an option for anybody, because once you turn off the phone, you have to turn it back on at some point. Phones are a critical part of our society now, and As soon as I turn that phone back on, I'm going to get all those messages. I can't run from it. Someone will dig it up eventually. It's just inevitable. To all those who are currently being cyberbullied, I would like to say that it gets better. You're not going to have these dark days. That sadness will not always loom over you. Things will get better. People will realize their mistakes. And you will get through this. So if I could see a cyberbully right now, I'd tell them, I'm sorry. I know you're also dealing with your own problems, but you have to end the problem here. You can't spread the problem. You have to be the solution.
So after talking to a former person who had been cyberbullied, I hope we can open up the conversation about cyberbullying, destigmatize asking for help, and if there's one thing you can take from this documentary today, I hope it's that you know you're not alone. And as Vincent said, be the solution.